Today we're seeing the launch of the Ear and Hearing, and it's something which we've brought together. I think it's about 80 odd Aboriginal health workers across Australia, and they've come here to learn, but also to share each other's experiences as well. But probably the most important thing, they're going to take this training back into their communities, and this is where it's going to have the real effect. And we hear about, you know, really seeing this the benefits for community on the ground, and for young people, that they'll be able to get their ears and their hearing checked, and hopefully they'll, you know, to stop years of frustration, they can have that identified very early, and by our own workers, by our own AMSs. And it's a fantastic model, and we've as NACCHO, we've actually been privileged enough to be able to pull this together, have come here to an Aboriginal training centre and be able to have everyone lob into Sydney and to roll this out, which is really a sign of Aboriginal community control at work.
I'm very happy to be here today to acknowledge the fact that this workshop is taking place on Aboriginal land. Health is a very important issue for Kuris and Murris, and the work and training that take place in this college helps to improve the health of our people. The work that you do is very important and appreciated by the community, and I hope that what you discuss and agree to as a good outcome.
So over 40 years ago, and it's ironic that we're here in Sydney, but the Redfern AMS was established, and from there we now have 152 member services. Aboriginal health workers have been the front line of a number of these 152 member services, and have played an instrumental role, this is you guys, in closing the gap at the grassroots level. We can sit in Canberra or we can go off to national meetings, but it's at the grassroots level which really counts. When someone walks into the service, or someone that we hear that is sick, children, elders, families, that's where the rubber hits the road, and that's where we have the most impact, and that's through the Aboriginal health workers. The training that you're undertaking here this week will complement and provide you with yet another bow to your extensive array of skill sets that you already have, plus it will lead to the development of further accredited health training. NACCHO is very excited with this because, as we're here in an Aboriginal college, NACCHO is the member organisation of 150 AMSs, user from the communities and from those AMSs, and the training provided here is predominantly from Aboriginal people. This is what, you know, the 40 years of the struggle has been all about. And I hope and I trust with this and this investment which is made by the Australian government so far is just a taste and just a preview of what is in future for Aboriginal community controlled health, and leading the way in closing the gap for Aboriginal people and our communities and families.
It's a real pleasure for me to be here today to launch the workshop and also the training animation. Uncle Les, thank you for your welcome to country. I add my acknowledgements, and Indigenous education is going to be a big focus for me. We need to do a lot better. We need to do a lot better, and we will. We will focus on it, and we'll provide the support that's needed. And I'm very aware that there are a lot of good things happening in communities and schools right around Australia. Ear health and training package, I know how important that is, particularly given some of the presentings that we've seen over time historically in your communities, and it's something that I know you're very focused on. We're investing $58 million under the initiative Improving Eye and Ear Services for Indigenous Australians for Better Education and Employment Outcomes. That's the measure that's really focusing on ear and eye health for Aboriginal people. So, very pleased to launch the workshop. You're very, very welcome here from me personally, and also as a minister in a government that is seriously committed to working with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to close these gaps and to provide the support for communities, which I know they greatly appreciate. Thanks very much.
What we've seen over probably the last 15 years, Aboriginal health workers are getting their skill level and getting taught and being able to take back these technical skills and deliver services to our young people and our community, where I think health, mainstream health professionals would have found difficult to do so as far as grabbing that in. So we've got a unique mix here of when we want to deliver culturally appropriate services, we've got Aboriginal people delivering technical, expert medical screening and treatment services, and that's just going to be, that is the best of the best as far as I'm concerned when we talk about this sort of field that we're in, is about making sure Aboriginal people can get the best services and make sure they're culturally appropriate.
I'm really excited to attend this workshop to learn about Aboriginal health and especially the EAR program, and take it back to my community, which I think will help with the kids at school, because at the moment we have a lot of kids that are in trouble at school because we're just finding out they have hearing problems and we've never known it.
I'm a trainee Aboriginal health worker. I find it very important that we're trying to close the gap for Indigenous health. I'm looking forward to the workshops today and the training packages that is going out, and it's going to be a great day.
I know this is a great cause and it's going to make a big difference to our communities.